Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. Meow, 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 meow. Welcome back to another episode of the REALationship Method podcast. I am Chris.
I am Jay. It's been a week.
It's been a week, man. How have you been, dog?
Well, shit. Still tired.
Still tired, huh?
Working, schooling. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell you something. I just came back from a drill weekend. And for our people that don't know what a drill weekend is, it's when you're in the National Guard, Nasty Girl, aka Nasty Girl. You go to, you play Army or Air Force or Marine for a weekend.
It's funny you say that. I am in a FTX.
Or
our version of FTX.
FTX, Field Training Exercise for the Commoner.
For the commoner of the active.
For the active, you say?
Yeah, for the active.
So you're not in the field, huh?
Nah.
You are in a computer room.
Yep.
You are a nerd.
Yep.
That's okay. That is okay. We need you nerds saving our asses.
In this time of the year. I'm not time of the year, but like, in this generation.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the Nasty Girl, we have here as our guest, as our first woman, non-commissioned, I was going to say female. I known her, I'm going to say about a year now, never intermingled with her because she was so darn intimidating, you know, because she's a leader of some sort of supply department.
We need leaders.
You know, we do need leaders, women leaders, strong ones.
Of course.
Let's get her on, Jay.
Yeah.
Lori, hi, how's it going? Yay!
Lori, come on here. Take a sit. There we go.
Hello.
Oh,
Thanks
can you
for
hear
having
yourself?
me. Yeah.
Man, hell yeah. So, Lori, tell us about yourself. Let's hear it. We're getting her somewhat in the mood. She got a Truly. Truly,
Cheers.
come on, hook us up. Hook us up.
Let's see. So, speaking of the National Guard, right?
Yeah, nasty
my
girl.
supply section or whatever. Yeah. So I actually really love what we do. And then I know.
No, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a biased thing because, you know, not too many people like, you know, what they do at work, especially on the active side. We hate everything. But I say playing Army, not even playing Army, just doing our duty once a month, shit, that's just good enough right there. Like, you know, you serve a community. But, my bad, I'm taking your light. Go ahead.
No. I mean, I really love what we do. And besides, you know, the drill weekends, getting to do the field stuff and, you know, sling load operations, I'm actually full-time. So I work for the counter drug program.
Okay.
So I work with different community-based organizations and law enforcement agencies to do drug prevention in the state of Hawaii.
Staying busy, huh?
Oh, damn, she's a narc.
No. I work with at-risk youth, so.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. Hey,
Cool.
How does one get a gig like that around here?
So you have to be command directed or asked, you know, and then for the intel side, you can apply.
Did you need a secret clearance?
Yes.
So you motherfuckers out there with a secret clearance, thinking about getting out of active, bro, use your secret clearance. Some of y'all got the TS, use that shit, and some of you got the TTTTS, the top secret.
Top tier, right.
Dog, that's something that you, I'll see you at the fucking White House.
Yep.
Type
Carry that with you and use as much as possible. You get mucho benefits with it.
Mucho benefits, as in like
opportunities.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say fellation or
sure.
canoodle.
Sometimes, hey.
No, okay.
If for those who are into that, yeah.
Oh yeah. Of course. Who isn't into canoodling?
Well, like with the TS canoodling.
Oh, TS.
Having that title as well. You know, some people, you know, date with people having that title or the popularity, you know, versus where you are wanting to date that person for them.
Okay.
There is people out there who just want you for the money, I guess.
Okay. Okay. So, going to, you know, people wanting you for the money, right? Lori, I'm not saying that you want someone for the money, which is nice, you know. I would want someone for the money too. Okay, see, that just fucks me up because I don't know where I was going with it. We're going to go to these questions because I have one specific question that one of our listeners, followers, wanted me to ask you.
Okay.
Okay? So the question is it okay for a male or vice versa to have an opposite sex as a best friend even though they used to have feelings / dated each other back in the day? From Anonymous. Huh.
Okay, I mean, this is a question that being in the dating scene, is a question that's kind of brought up pretty often.
Yes.
So I have to say, I do have a best friend, a best guy friend, and like.
Do you guys canoodle?
We have not canoodled, but we have had like.
Fellation.
I want to say like
held hands.
Attention, a tension between the two of us where we were kind of like attracted to each other. Yeah, we were vibing, but
very hard.
We were such good friends that we just decided to keep it that way and not take it to the next level.
Okay.
But I feel like if I gave him the opportunity to, he would probably definitely take me up on it.
So basically, he's you friend zoned him.
Or was it mutual?
Well, I mean, it was mutual. Because,
it's a mutual friend zone.
Yeah, it is.
But you have the
mutual.
power to get him out.
I mean, I'm sure. Yes, and we've had the discussion. We've had the discussion where he's like, anytime you want to have either like a relationship, or you just want to like have something less than that, or just like something maybe, I don't know if I can say this, like sexual.
You can
yeah,
say
yeah,
that.
yeah. Like
say
like
whatever you want.
where we're just like kind of fulfilling each other's needs, like in that. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Then it could just be that, but I haven't taken him up on that offer just because he's my really dear friend, and I've known him for a while, and I just feel like that would kind of change the dynamics of our relationship.
Okay.
Oh, so you're a firm believer in if you take it to the next level, things might change, right?
Right.
Okay,
as far as
okay.
like I wouldn't say for my part, but I think for his part. Like I'm pretty sure like in the emotional aspect where I don't want to have that attachment built up, I guess, and then kind of ruin the vibe of having that really good friendship, that strong friendship.
Go ahead. I got something. Go ahead.
So would you think that? Oh, man, I'm losing it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Me. Fuck, I lost it too.
Just too excited to release these questions.
No. Dude.
Okay.
Okay. Damn.
Do you think if you guys went that length, I guess you already answered it. It would kill the vibe, but it would be different if you were together, relationship wise, and then break up. You don't want that, and you feel like there's that next level of friendship that you can't get anywhere else. Is that how it feels like, or?
I mean, yeah. So like we're pretty much like besties. Like we talk about everything. We talk about our sex life. We talk about relationships. We talk about just things we want to do in the future, like 5-year plans. And I don't know. I just feel like.
Wait, and you would prefer that?
Yeah, I would prefer, and we've had the conversation where the feeling is definitely mutual. Like, but I can tell that if we were to kind of take it to that next level, that
he'd be down.
He'd definitely be down. But it would, if I were to say, okay, I kind of don't want to do that anymore, then he would kind of be offended and take it the wrong way, and then that would ruin our relationship.
I remember now. It's crazy
rather.
how there's this biased opinions of the woman being emotionally attached, and in this case, it's the male, the gentleman. His heart will get broken. That is crazy because I was, I believed that, and through experience too, it was the woman that, that had a hard time moving on, But with a guy, I believe that we all go through that one like breakup, that one major heartache to where it's like, fuck, I can't do whatever, I can't do this. But then after that, it's just all like, little flings here and there.
Right.
But that one will just whoop our ass. But with the women, this is just from experience, it's more like they will get like the short end of the stick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But
Most
that is crazy. So all right, so going back to that question of shit, is it okay for a male or female to have like a best friend that they used to date? I don't think there's a problem with it, but it's one of those tread very lightly situations.
Sure.
Because of the fact that there's that relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know, like, y'all probably canoodled or fellaced or you know, y'all had something intimate together, and then that could spark up. But then again, there's one of those situations where she moved on, you moved on. It's just one big mature. I was gonna say mature fuckfest, but it's just a mature. It's just a mature thing to do, you know, because she or he knows how you are inside out.
But then you gotta be careful of bringing that into your next relationship. Some people, they're not gonna know how they feel about that.
They're not gonna understand like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if that is not a good understanding with the next person you're involved with, there can be a lot of arguments, a lot of conflicting thoughts about how things you're gonna take to the future. And I don't know if you want to jeopardize that with the best friend of the opposite sex. So that really depends on your views, your values. Who do you value the most? What do you value between the relationships of everyone that you're involved?
Dude, you're well spoken. You are well spoken. Lori, what
I really like to say that I guess it really depends on the person that you're dating. Like, how secure are they with themselves to really allow you to have that friend, and do they trust you enough to where the communication is really open, that you guys trust each other enough to allow that type of friendship without it really bringing, some type of, whatever to your relationship. Bad whatever, to your relationship. But I think I would feel secure enough, like, if I trusted the person that I'm in a relationship with to have a friend of the opposite sex. I think there would definitely have to be some serious conversation as far as, like, maybe if they had a past and they slept together and then they just wanted to keep it as a friendship. Just because I'm in that situation and we haven't slept together, but, I can see that being an issue if that person is not
communication, guys.
Communication.
That's like a fucking key point in every goddamn podcast that we've been on.
Of course.
Cook for your man or your woman. How about that? How about that? Shit. Buy him a video game. Buy her some lingerie or some fucking chocolates. Like, if you were in this situation, how would you, tell your fellow girlfriend if she was having this problem?
I mean, I would go back to, okay, did you guys sit down? Did you have a conversation? So are we talking about if the guy that she's seeing,
like, her man is best friends with his ex, and they used to
mess around.
Yeah.
Canoodle. I would just go back to have you guys have the conversation. Did you guys talk about it? How do you feel about it? If she's feeling insecure, then I'm like, I would definitely suggest for her to communicate that to him, because I mean, if dude doesn't know, then what is he gonna do about it?
You know what? Like I said, we are not fucking mind readers. You know what I'm saying? We need to know.
Right.
Okay? Okay. Well, thank you for pointing that. We do not know. We are stupid sometimes, but we are smart most of the time. Both ways.
Just talk to us.
Just talk to us. Write us a letter.
Exactly.
Text it.
Oh, that's it.
People write letters nowadays? No.
See? Guys.
What's up with that?
Write letters.
Here's
proof.
Taking it back. Yeah.
Okay, so when you were in high school, did you used to write letters, or were you, like, in the texting?
No, I mean, okay, so I definitely
like,
wrote the
you
cute little
fuck
note. No. So oddly enough, like, I actually went to school here and in Central Florida. So I went back in
Florida.
Yeah.
We're just talking about Florida.
So hot.
Oh my God, it's humid.
It is, yeah. I was actually there in August. The weather is still the same.
Okay. Was your
Hotter
hair
than ever.
frizzy when you were you able to tame your hair?
I was able to tame my hair.
Well, you were the lucky ones. You're one of the lucky ones. What conditioner did you use? And they need to hook us up.
Olaplex.
Olaplex. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. No, but keep on going. Okay, did you used to write letters back in the day?
I wouldn't say like letters. I would say like little love notes.
The meet me in the back, yes or no type shit?
Yeah, do you like me? Yes or
Do
no?
you
No,
like
I
me,
think it was a little bit
sir?
more. I mean, then you go into high school and then it gets a little more intimate, maybe a little naughty here and there.
Well, see, I didn't get naughty until my senior year, so I started late, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to calm the fuck down. Y'all kids need to calm the fuck down. Alright, y'all live your life, you know what I'm saying?
To each his own.
Goddamn. Let me ask you something. When you send pictures out to your significant other or whatever, do you post them on the net?
Do I post them?
Yeah, do you post them when you like when you're? Were you ever heavy on IG?
Not really.
No. Okay,
Not
this
too
question
much.
doesn't fucking
This doesn't pertain to me.
Okay, it doesn't gravitate to you. Okay, so are you in the dating scene life? Are you on the apps?
I am on Tinder.
Ooh,
I have to say,
finally.
okay, I've been on Tinder for probably about 3 weeks, and to be honest with you guys, I am literally like about to delete it because I'm so overwhelmed. Like I'm just like this is different, and I'm trying to stick with the times. Like being able to meet people, and this is kind of the avenue of approach nowadays for people, rather than just going out and. You kind of don't really want to meet people at bars, I guess, and out at the club because.
So, do you miss meeting the opposite person? Because to each his own. I don't know if you're into women or guys, but the opposite, the sex. Are you? Do you miss meeting someone organically, or like?
I think I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do.
What's the most organic meeting that you've encountered?
I would say just going to the grocery store and just having somebody.
Grocery store.
Yeah, just being super cash, going to the grocery store and having somebody actually approach you, having the cojones enough to come up to you and just start talking to you, ask you some questions, and then not just that, but the face-to-face interaction is a bit more intimate and you kind of can feel them out rather than everybody has the biggest balls when they're on Tinder and they can just say whatever because they're not right
screen,
there.
right?
Exactly. They're not right there in front of you. So I feel like there's that dynamic where I really do miss that face-to-face interaction because it's that initial meeting where you can kind of feel somebody out rather than kind of wasting your time chit-chatting and then somebody sends you a dick pic and you're like, oh, it's over.
Speaking of dick pics, right? And I'm gonna go on a little tangent. On Snapchat back in the day.
Oh gosh.
Start using Snapchat, huh?
No, I never sent a dick pic. But however, when Snapchat had the sombrero and the mustache, I took a picture of my situation. And that picture till this day was one of my best dick pics.
Nice.
That I've never sent out. But it was the lighting was good. The angle was fucking superb.
Angle, so
supreme. Meeting someone organically, right? With Tinder, because I've seen people, the scroll. You're only fucking with four pictures of them, yeah. And you do not know what he or she is. See, that's the thing of the generation now. It's you could say if you're heavy on the gram or on the net or whatever, I could find out your whole backstory and then come into say dinner with you and be like, oh, so you like this, and that. And there's no mystery to it anymore. You know what I'm saying? It gets fucking boring and stagnant. And so do you find that being on Tinder for these 3 weeks, meeting up with these guys, did you find that happening to you, where he knew somewhat about you already because of, I mean, you're not on the gram a lot, but I guess he could be oh, she has this, she has that, she likes cats, she likes this book. Has that ever happened?
So I will say, just in conversation with guys on Tinder, it's been a little weird, and then because I don't post very much, and they do come out with, oh, can I follow your Instagram, or do you have a Snapchat, or and I don't try to give it out too much, but then again, there's not really much on there anyway, so they'll have to ask those questions. And then if I do decide to meet up with somebody, it won't be something super lengthy. It will be let's go have a coffee, let's go have a quick couple of drinks, and then we can kind of feel each other out, see if we're vibing, and then move to the next actual first date level. Because I've been keeping it that way. So I've been kind of having my own vetting process.
Interesting.
Yes. I have
Smart.
to.
So busy.
I don't want to waste my time.
My
time is precious.
That's Snapple Cap.
Yes.
So have you been doing this? Say ever since you became, when you became, I'm gonna say an adult, or were you more what's that word? I don't want to say rambunctious, but more out there when you were younger. So is this like because you're mature now that you're doing these steps to where back in the day when you're a little bit younger, in your adolescent days, you're just like, hey, here I am, free the nip.
I wouldn't say free the nip, but I don't think it was out there that much. But I was pretty open and thinking about the day and time that I was in when I was a lot younger.
Yeah.
You know, social media wasn't really too big just yet, so
thank God. So you live in that era. Thank you.
Yes. And so like going out, typically meeting people face to face was a little bit more common during that time. And then now just like moving into this whole like internet dating type of thing, like is an extreme transition. And then being at this point in my life where, you know, I'm single in my 30s, and I definitely want to have that vetting process to make sure, I am at a mature, I would say more mature level.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that I'm older and I don't really want to waste my time. I know what I want. And, you know, I don't really want to mess around with anything but that. Like I have my expectations and, you know.
I got a question.
Yes.
So, like say, and, you know, knock on wood, wherever, you know, you're still single and you're like in your 40s, right? And you know what you want. Would you canoodle with a 22-year-old because you know what you want? Like, let's say you want it. Would you do would you canoodle?
Yeah.
That's what, all right.
So being in my 30s, like my the last person I actually dated was in their 20s.
Dated as in like boyfriend,
like,
girlfriend.
Yes.
Or date.
It actually, well, like, yes.
I think the word dating like super because dating is like, I hear people, I'm dating, and that means, you went out with so and so. It's like, yeah, I'm dating. You know, I'm dating around. That means, you know.
I mean, not dating around, but like monogamous relationship.
That monogamy is a motherfucker, right?
So like dating to like have a relationship going into
right, like dating for more than just
Does that make you a cheater if you're that? If you're dating, or you know, like
if you're like dating around,
you're not canoodling or fellation. You're just dating. Does that make you a player, some type?
No, I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't, right?
No, and I definitely would say like if you're dating and somebody wants to be exclusive with you.
That's the word. Exclusive.
Right. You have to communicate that. And for me, I'm super, super open because like I said, time is precious to me. So, you know, once I start talking to somebody, I'm like, you know, you're not going to be the only person I'm dating. And if we do decide, or you do ask me to be exclusive at one point, and we both come to a conclusion that that's what we both want, then I'll cut off the hose. But other than that...
The hose? She has hose, y'all.
Not like hose, you know what I mean?
Wait,
but
this is great. This is great content.
Yeah. So, you know, I feel like dating multiple people, but you're not sleeping with them, but you're like getting to know people is not like the player level. It's just a person going on their own journey to find what they want.
Back in the day, we called that talking. I was talking to so-and-so until you became exclusive, and that's when the term was, would you go out with me?
So like right now, that to me, that's like...
That's back in it. Would you go out with me? And that means, would you be my girl? Would you
Right.
You know?
That was the good old days.
That was the glory, good old days where you would have to meet someone that you don't know through maybe a friend, or you just... You know, you make that that 5-second eye contact. Once you get that 5 seconds, you're practically in. That's an invitation to be like, hey, how's it going? You know,
Say that again.
How's it going? It's the morning raspy voice. I'm on the bed talking, you know, on my telephone. You know what I'm saying? Holy shit. Okay, so what do you so with these you know, the situations that you've been in, what kind of advice can you give, you know, our listeners, especially, you know, females, and you know, to our male listeners, the whole communication of being exclusive, being, you know, like, you know, you're my girl, I'm your man, I'm gonna tell the whole wide world type shit?
Well, first of all, I would say, again, back to the communication. Like,
so how would you talk to them? Like, let's say, you know, person B is here, and then you're having that serious talk.
Like, if I was asking them to be exclusive, or vice versa?
Yeah, exclusive. Yeah, you're asking him, or her, or them.
Or them. Okay.
Or them. Yeah.
No, I would just say, you know, I think I'm ready to have a monogamous relationship with you and take it to the next level. Is that something that you're open to doing? And if we're both on that level, then, you know.
Is that something that you would really say monogamous?
Yeah.
Oh, so for us motherfuckers, we'd be like, hey, are we doing this or what? But I like the way you're just, you know, like, it's like detailed, you know, especially when you're the age that you are, more mature, you know what you want. Mm-hmm. It's like everything's like in full detail. This is what I want.
Yes.
I want this. Are you in or out?
Leaves nothing up to interpretation. So a lot of times, like if you don't explain exactly what you want, and I'm not saying that people don't get it, but like when you're talking to them or whatever, but if you don't explain exactly what you want, then sometimes they can take it in a different way that maybe you might not have meant it. So
your intention.
Make sure you lay that foundation down. Like, this is exactly what I want. Are you open to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, have you had that conversation lately? No. I'm gonna say a year. Have you had that conversation in a year?
Yes.
You have, and I'm sorry to be prying into your
pry away. I'm an open book.
Okay, so how did that come out when you and your person had this conversation and you laid it out? Was this person like receptive? Did he have a lot of things to say about it, or was he like, I don't know. Here's the day.
So he actually initiated.
Hey, okay.
And so, you know, I was really open to it. We sat down, and he was just pretty much saying, like, you know, he's starting to develop feelings for me. And the feeling was definitely mutual.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, we had physical attraction. We could hold really good conversation. We're both really goofy. You know, guys gotta be funny, gotta have a sense of humor. So I really like that about him.
The ugliest guy could get the prettiest girl if he can make her laugh.
Facts.
And I don't care what anyone else says.
Totally
you know what I'm
agree.
saying? But keep going, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so, you know, he just laid it out. He just said...
he laid it out, all right.
He laid it out, you know? I mean, that was afterwards. But
but bam!
I'm just being real. Keep it 100. Yeah.
So
that's it.
at the ending of that, because you say you're single now, how did that pan out? Was it like a mature sit down, mutual breakup thing, or was he hurt? Because in the very beginning, us guys, you know, we just found out us guys, we are emotional.
Yes.
So how did that breakup, or not even a breakup, the parting ways? How did that?
The parting of the ways.
Yeah, parting of the ways.
The parting of the ways. So, yeah, I actually initiated that.
You did.
I did. So unfortunately, we weren't on one particular level, which was
Gotcha.
what, on the financial side. And
okay.
yeah, so I mean that's a whole nother like realm.
Question.
Yes.
On these dating apps, should they have the motherfucker's
credit score?
Credit score. I was gonna say that.
The credit score.
Would that be
I was
easier
like on.
Would that be easier for the person that's receiving?
That's part of the interview process.
I mean, yeah. So I don't think it should be out in the open. I think they should just be able to have those conversations. Like if that's something that's important to you, which it is to me for sure, then have those conversations.
Okay, so it's a conversation thing. You don't think it's more of a like it should, you know, on the computer screen or on the screen. Is your credit score over a 670? Below 720.
Swipe
over
to the left.
740. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have a gold card?
You know what I'm saying? Is it black?
Right.
Do you have an Amex?
Is it platinum?
You know?
Platinum.
Okay. So financially, it just because the financial status wasn't there. I mean, it
wasn't just that, but that was a pretty big reason.
Totally understandable.
Yeah.
Like if you can't.
Yeah.
Like, let's say if you're hungry and I can't buy you a meal, then there's a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Unless there's like outside situations that's like, not hindering that. But yeah, man, if I can't get you a milkshake because I'm broke, that just fucking sucks. Because that means I can't have I don't have $10. Oh, $5. Yeah. Hawaii's expensive. $15.
Oh, sure. And I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like I am so open to the point where like I don't mind paying for dates. Like let's take turns.
Mhm.
You know, like I'm not selfish in that way. Like I'm set where like I can pay for my own stuff. I like I don't have to worry about anything like that. So like I wouldn't mind like rotating, you know, and having that type of dynamic. But I feel like if you're gonna get into a relationship and you're wanting to be serious with somebody, finances can be a huge detriment to moving forward in a relationship. And you know, yeah, if you're not there yet, I'd suggest, you know, men and women alike, that maybe you should set your financial situation first, and then be able to get into a more serious relationship. Just because
you don't want to bring the baggage.
Yeah, it's not that you don't want to bring the baggage, but
You
you
don't
also want to
debt.
be you also want to be the best you that you can bring to the table.
Oh,
You know?
Okay.
Bringing your 100%.
Bring your 100%
Bringing
to
your
the table.
100%.
Be on your game, like you know, be ready for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're not, I guess, if you don't have that financial readiness for a relationship, that could be like a make or break. At least for me, because you want to have that backup, you want that support, and you also, give or take, want that freedom to go on trips, go see something you haven't.
Oh,
done.
definitely. Yeah.
Live your best life, basically.
Yeah.
And finances can.
Oh,
be a
yeah.
detriment, for
It's
sure.
always-
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna say it's always about money, but money does. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with it. I was hoping to find it.
It's
So-
not all about it, but it's
It's
a
not
huge
about the
factor.
money, but I mean, if you're financially cognizant with your funds, then you should be good to go.
Right. Like you don't have to be rich or wealthy,
No, just
but
smart.
Smart. Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe I can ask the question back. Like,
Huh?
how would you feel?
I wasn't ready for that one.
So, like, do you want to go back to the best friend one or
The best friend. Oh, yeah. I think we talked about that. So the best friend one. I think that. What was the question?
if you're a significant other?
Okay.
Canoodled.
If they were canoodled, right? Nah, man, I'm not for that shit. I honestly, nah. Cause in the back of my head, I'm just gonna see him pounding my woman, and I'm like, ugh. But then I try to put my face on that guy, so I'm like, oh, that's me, ugh, and I come back to it. So nah, I don't think it's a good idea. If you're mature enough, I'm a little petty motherfucker too. So, yeah, if you're mature enough to have that person, you know, in your life, but like not as a significant person. But then again, the question was best friend. Goddamn, like what best friend? Did you buy us a good wedding gift? I fucking sure hope so. I didn't see your name on no goddamn card. You're not a best friend. If that's her best friend, that motherfucker should be my best friend too.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I would go out of my way to make him my best friend.
You know,
Sure.
like like I wouldn't be, you know, your friend, but I'm here to like let's say if the roles were reversed, right? One, I want to put myself in that motherfucking shoe. I will have a man best friend. If it's a woman, I am going to my sister or my cousins because anything outside of that realm, well, I mean, goddamn, I don't know. I can't. I don't think I can, man. That's just just being honest. I don't think I can.
I would have to make sure there's a really good trust level for that to happen.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So without that, it's a gray area.
So my question came back. If your significant other asked you, like, hey, babe, I want to know all the people that you slept with, canoodled with, when we stopped by or whatever, will you lie, or will you be like brutally honest? Like when like say you're in your hometown, right, Monterey, of course, canoodled, fellaced, whatever, we were around. Would you tell your significant other like, yeah, Would you do that, or would you just keep your mouth shut? And this goes back to you having a good like you said before, you're really good friends, your best friend, your best friends, and then you suddenly decide to hook up. Well, I think in that best friend phase, of course your best friend's gonna know like how big of a whore you were. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Oh, we were whores too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, would you be entitled to tell your a significant other that you canoodled or fellaced, you know, them, him, her?
If that question is not asked, I will not answer it.
No? Okay. But it was asked earlier though. It was saying, hey, you know what? I want to know all the people that you've done it with. And it's one of those, I want you to point them out to me whenever we're out type shit situation.
See, at that, I don't want to lie, so
I
want to make sure that trust is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay, so you would say?
In this point of my life, yes. And old, like
Back
young
in the day?
me,
No. I know what smoke that comes with.
Trust is a big thing for me. Trust, communication, two of the biggest things for me.
Lori?
And I definitely agree with that. I think if you're getting into a relationship and those questions are asked, they're asked for a reason.
Yeah.
And obviously maybe they have some insecurities about like, you know, wanting to know that. If that's important to them, then I would definitely be an open book.
So if someone asked you, you definitely
Oblige. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
How would you feel if the person was like, no, I'm not. I don't think that's none of your business because I am with you now, type shit. Would you respect that answer? Because it is an honest answer. It's like, no, I don't want to go down that road. I've been like, from experience, I've been doing. You know, I've done it. It got me into trouble. So no, I am no.
I think my rebuttal would be,
Why not?
yeah,
Fucker.
If I'm not judging you or, you know, like gonna use it against you, and it's something for me to feel more secure and build a deeper trust with you, then why wouldn't you want to kind of tell me? You know, unless like that person has insecurities about like how many, or maybe there's something a little bit deeper for that person that they don't want to share, and then that would lead me to think like,
Oh, there goes the trust issue.
yeah, there's trust issues here.
Oh my god.
We're diving deep.
Like, sure, definitely diving
I mean, there's something that you can like accept at the moment, okay, but if it's like hindering your mind, like not even just once, but like multiple intermittent times in your relationship, then it might be a problem in the future. You want to get that trust out. You want to make sure that's not hindering your thoughts, because it can build up to something more bigger, and you might, you know, essentially blow up and say shit you don't mean to say, but your frustration or your thoughts, it's like, I want to make sure that trust is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm tracking. I'm following. Oh, okay. So my next question is to y'all. Is, how do you convince a friend to leave a toxic relationship if that friend is with a good friend of yours and they have a kid? Now we're gonna add the kid into that. Yeah. But let's break down this question. How do you convince a friend to leave a toxic relationship? Motherfucker is toxic. Get the fuck away.
Yes.
That's what I would say. I
That's
have
what my friends
no
told me.
facts. It's just, hey, dude, she crazy. You need to get the fuck out. Type shit.
It's hard because like
It's super hard because all that guy sees is just
Right.
green. You know, not red.
being the one in that, my friends telling me, hey, it's a toxic relationship. As me personally, I always see the better side of things.
Were you deep in the badge? Is that why you?
No, that's not. I mean,
the badge was good.
that was good.
But were you like, let's say, you didn't want them to tell you, you want to like experience how toxic it is, type shit?
Yes and no, because I always look for the brighter things in a relationship. If it's worse, I always hope, okay, it probably will get better. It's just me still being in a relationship trying to learn
so
as a young
you're
man.
prolonging the breakup because you want to see if the situation right now is going to get better.
I wouldn't say I would prolong it. I was hoping it would get better. Then that, okay, we're good now. But a lot of my best friends, I have a lot of best friends, they tell me, hey, it's toxic. I even have a couple of friends saying they went up to her and say, hey, leave him alone. And that kind of stirred up our relationship even more, but I still hoped. I was a very hopeful person back then, so I was like, make sure that, you know, I still want to be there for her, take care of her and all that stuff.
Okay, so in your point of view, it's you're a hopeful, therefore everyone's saying that the person that you're with is toxic. It was just null void. You're just like, you know, I'm hopeful this is gonna work out type.
Yeah, so like
okay.
looking back, I'm like, okay, maybe that was just that tunnel vision
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, all you,
You know?
see is okay.
Yeah, and hoping you get better, but it obviously didn't.
Yeah, you're single.
Right.
Ready to
Love is blind.
Canoodle.
Exactly, love is blind.
How about you, Lori?
Blind. So if I was in the situation, or if I'm giving advice to one of my friends that's in a toxic situation.
You are giving advice. You're convincing a friend to leave that toxic relationship.
Okay, so I've actually been in the situation before,
Ooh.
and I'm just like, you gotta get out. Like, my question to her was, do you see yourself living like this for the rest of your life?
Oh.
That's a good question.
And, it really made her think, like, okay, this is what I'm living in right now, and it's terrible. It's so terrible that it's literally unbearable. Like, you're coming to my house, like, not just that, but if we bring the whole kid into the situation as well, right? It's not the kid's fault they're witnessing parents fighting.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And, it's not just toxic for you, but as the parent, you want to also think, like, are we being selfish here? Where we're actually, like, putting our kid in the middle of our toxic relationship and making the child deal with the toxic environment as well. So no, you definitely don't want that. You don't want that at all. So yeah, needless to say, she's happy.
She's happy that she's
no
out of the
longer
toxic.
Yes.
Okay.
But I think it really woke him up to see as well that, I mean, from both sides, that was definitely needed for them to kind of find their own way and then become better people, not just for themselves but for their child.
Good.
Chemistry wasn't stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're really good people. It's just they were not good for
together.
each other.
There you go.
They didn't complement each other. Yeah.
Definitely agree with that.
Okay. Well, Lori, let me ask you, since you miss the organic meetings of people, in your experience, where was the best place that you've met someone that you carried it to, not say the next level, but it went into the date, the hangout? Like, let's say you went to a Barnes and Noble and you guys got the same book type shit, or you bumped into him in church and you're like, damn, dude, you dropped $5 in the fucking in the jar or in the basket.
So I'm just gonna have to go back to the whole grocery store thing.
Grocery store. So what happened in that grocery store to where he was like, nice melons, and you're like, excuse me? He's like, no, nice melons.
Right. So I was actually trying to get, I don't remember exactly what I was trying to get, but I was trying to reach for something on the top shelf, and I'm 5'3.5" on a good day. On a good day, depending on which shoes I'm wearing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was trying to reach on the top shelf, and I'm just like, having a hard time and whatever, and I'm just like, damn it, I can't reach it. And I'm looking around, trying to find an attendant to, help me. And then he sees me, like, trying to figure out how am I gonna get whatever it is off the top shelf. And he comes over and he's like, hey, you need some help? And I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, immediately I was like physically attracted to him, and I could tell that
he was feeling you.
What a nice Samaritan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so he like reached up, and then we just started talking, and he ended up asking me for my phone number, and I gave it to him, and then so
okay,
so from there.
If he asked for your, let's say, email or IG, would you give it to him or would you be like, why don't you just grab my number? Type shit.
If he asked for my IG or email first, I'd probably give that to him first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't think of him any other way because he asked for, your social media or your email or whatever?
No. I honestly feel like it's a little bit safer nowadays for the social media handout rather than, the phone number.
Don't want to blowing up your phone.
Yeah, but I mean, nowadays you can just, block a person if you don't really, just block them.
Okay. Jay, when did you meet someone organically? When's the last time you met someone like organically and it was just, well, you know what? I am thinking of situations with you right now.
Last one.
I thought you was gonna say last week.
I
was like, oh,
no.
boy,
I mean, like relationship wise, or kind of like just
like sure, relationship canoodle. Whichever came first. Get it?
That's even before I joined, so like 2019, because I've been grinding.
Oh, okay.
The army and and work and schools. But 2019.
So what happened?
So it was my birthday.
Ah, of course.
Nice.
There was friends of friends, family, friends. It was my 30th birthday.
Uh-huh.
And there was a party at a relative's house.
Yeah.
Party. Night's over. And everyone was going home. People were super drunk. I was kind of okay. And people needed some assistance going home.
Uh-huh. Oh, and you were the DD.
I was on my birthday, right?
Oh,
I
on your
was-
birthday, you're the DD.
And
Lame?
do not do this. I was a little tipsy, but I still had to drive someone who I thought it was, they need to get home safe. So I took their car. I was more sober than that person. That's why I decided, okay. But again, do not do this. All the listeners over there, drove that person home. And it's only a couple blocks.
Yeah.
And I drove her home, walked her to the door. Little did I know, she kind of just slapped one on me. Slapped one on me like she just started kissing me, making out and everything. And that was more organic. Why? Okay. Let me.
Both had liquid courage in you. I see. One, liquid courage. Two is drug. Three, you did the I'm gonna say the gentleman thing by walking her to the door, yeah?
To the door, yeah.
Four, I just think she was just entitled to give you some of that face.
Well, see, I wasn't even looking for it. I was just being the nice person
A
I
gentleman.
am.
You're just being a gentleman.
To help her
Sometimes, being a nice guy does finish first.
Sure. Yeah.
But it happened. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
And I had stuff to do the next day because I was getting ready to go to the military. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And we end up
Canoodling.
canoodling.
Yeah. A little bit of canoodle action.
Happy birthday, canoodling.
Happy birthday to you.
Nice.
Self high five.
Good birthday. Yay.
Mhm.
Yes.
But yeah, we're friends now.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Mm.
My organic, she became my wife.
Mm.
Met her. I think it was no. Sorry. I know. It was at
You
the
gotta
dance.
know.
It was at the dance studio.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we just vibed off, really well. I had the back in my mind because I was single. I was like, you know what, I'm about to hit that. But it was one of those things where she married. But you know what, fuck, I'm gonna hit that. But then the friendship came with it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
when I started talking to her, of course, I was cool with her husband too, because I talked to both of them. But then me and her started talking, and before we even hooked up, she knew my past. She knew who was going out with. I'm like, yo, I'm going out with this female. I'm going out with her and her. It's because I was single at that time. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't tied down.
She can't really get it.
Yeah, she could.
Yeah.
She was married too.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Exactly.
hey man, you going home to some peen? I'm gonna try and come home to some bad.
So she has some sort of understanding of
Yeah,
what-
she knew. So yeah, but the organic way of of how we met was on the dance floor. So it was a pretty cool thing, and years later,
Nice.
that's what happened, and that's how it happened.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We met at the dance floor, and it was all
Yeah.
cool. I was doing some moves that she was like, oh.
Yeah,
And I'm like, oh, we
man.
fall in love. And now we're just
Yeah,
free.
man.
Wow.
Yeah. You got anything? Anything else? You want to share, or you want? Oh, you know what? We'll do one more question. All right.
Sure.
One more before we dip the fuck out.
Alright.
You know what? Because I got a lot. You know what? We'll do this one. And we'll try to break this down as short and sweet as possible.
Okay.
The breakup to makeup, the do's and don'ts. Let's try and break that shit down in the next minutes. The do's and don'ts of breakup to makeup.
Breakup to makeup.
Yeah, the do's and don'ts. Huh. First of all, don't break up in the first place.
I would say the do's is the makeup sex.
The makeup sex is great. I've been in several situations. Huh.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I cannot relate.
You cannot relate
I cannot
to the
relate.
makeup.
No.
Oh, no.
I can't. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Big out is I only been in 3 relationships. Or
Okay.
Three
Three.
major ones, a lot of flings.
a lot of flings.
Me too. I've been in a lot of flings with less than a handful of serious ones.
Yeah.
Okay, but don't have a pet together. That's a strain.
Oh yeah, I know a friend who's in that situation.
Yeah, if you have a fish, I don't give a fuck about no fish.
Yeah.
I'm investing into a fucking dog.
Dogs, yeah, for sure.
You know, don't have the same bank account. I'm gonna say don't
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
share a
definitely.
bank account. I say.